Hey everyone, welcome to Snap Class 1.8. We will be learning about lists. Snap Class 1.7 was a review of all classes 1.1 and 1.6. So if you choose to do so, you can review those classes before moving on to this one. So far we've learned about different data types, such as strings, any text, integers, and floating point numbers, also known as decimals. Today we're going to discuss one more data type that is used very often to put and store other data types together in a collection. This data type is known as a list. To create a list, click the Variables tab and pick the List block. We can click the right arrow to put another element inside the list. The list below has 5 strings and 1 integer in it. Can you guess which one is the integer? Saving a list. In order to save a list, you need to set it to a variable. We see here that we're making a variable, calling it myList, clicking OK, which creates the variable, using the set method to select myList, and finally we set an empty list, or a list with one element, to myList. A tip: when creating a list, remove the element that already exists to make it empty. You can do this by using the right arrow inside of the list reporter. Adding/removing elements. You can add elements to the end of the list with the following block: add thing to list. Similarly, you can remove elements from a list. Delete the element in position 1 of list apple, banana, cherry. This removes apple and therefore you have banana, cherry. The 1 in the block means you are deleting whatever is the first element in the block. Inserting/replacing elements. You can also insert elements at certain positions inside the list. For example, you can insert thing at position 2 of apple, cherry, which effectively puts thing in position 2 and pushes cherry over to position 3. You can also replace elements as we see here. We can replace element at position 1 of a list with another element, in this case the string known as thing. Loops with lists. Loops are very powerful when used to check, or as programmers call it, iterate, through the elements at a list, such as a for each loop. For example, we see here that we're clicking the green flag, and we're using a for each loop, which effectively goes to every item inside of this list and uses it as a temporary variable. So every time this will run, or every iteration, we will set the item itself to the length of the item. So item space 1 has a length of 6. So instead of item space 1 occupying position 1, we now have the letter or the number 6, because that is the length of that element. And the same goes for the second element. So in the end, we have a new list, or rather the same list is modified to now have elements 6 and 6 at positions 1 and 2 respectively. Experienced programmers will know that concurrent modification errors happen in Java and other languages when using a for each loop. However, the same does not occur for Snap. For less experienced programmers, this means that you can add more elements inside of a list without having repercussions or errors in Snap. Activity: what will be the value of my list after these two scripts run? Pause the video and do this on your own. Assuming you've tried both of these, we can proceed. The first list would have elements hello, this is Aditya, and preceding both of those, or rather all of those elements, we will have item and then a colon. So in the end, it'll be item colon hello. The next element will be item colon this. The next element will be item colon is, and the final element will be item colon Aditya. And for the second one, we'll see that the list will become nope, 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 hello, this is also Aditya, where each of those words are one element of the list. What we're doing here is that we're inserting the word nope at a bunch of different positions in the beginning of the list. We keep on inserting nope for a certain number of times. This is because the insert block shifts the other elements to the right, as we see here. So now we're going to move on to a practice session. Exercises. Create a list of numbers and give the sum of the numbers. Create a list of words and use a loop to replace each of the words with the length of the word -1. Using a loop, Create a list of numbers that contain the first 10 odd numbers. Create a list of numbers and give the largest number in the list of numbers. And this is a challenge. That is the end of this presentation. This presentation is owned by Codivate Incorporated. For more information, email team@codivate.org, or if you are in our Discord server, ask us and we can help you with the exercises or any material covered in this presentation. Thank you for listening.